to the Public Education Foundation's podcast series featuring excellent teachers in Hamilton County. For more information on excellent teachers and how the Public Education Foundation is working to spread excellence to every classroom, visit www.pefchattanooga.org.
Theresa Custer sets high expectations for her students at Clifton Hills Elementary School, and she adjusts her teaching to reach the needs of each student on an individual level. Join us as we visit Theresa Custer's fascinating, excellent classroom.
I'm going to show you something that I'm probably not supposed to be showing because you're in 5th grade, but I'm going to show you anyway because this is 8th grade stuff. Ready? Mind's open? You want to see it?
I've seen it.
You want to see it? Okay, here it is.
Today we were doing a little hands-on chemistry experiment where we were actually mixing acid and a base to give off a chemical reaction. We had talked about just chemical properties and physical properties and had gone through some things where they had identified things based on their physical properties. And we had talked about just what happens when you actually combine something chemically and it gives off a whole different compound. We talked about yesterday table salt, NaCl, and how it goes together to make table salt. So this morning I just gave them an opportunity to get in there and just experience what happens when you mix an acid and a base.
Look. Look, move your head. Please come to the front office.
Today we were working on the science experiment, which was how to make a chemical reaction. Our chemical reaction was the mixture of vinegar and baking soda, which made CO2 go up into the balloon once we put it on the bottle. The balloon started blowing up like it would have if you were just blowing normal air into it.
When I am not actually teaching in my class, my role in the school is to go out to planning meetings with the other grade levels and actually coach the other teachers. I coach in math and science.
Ms. Custer's role in working with me as a model coach is for everyday math. It's been really a great experience because I am a seasoned teacher, but taught math in a completely different way, completely different, academic textbook. And so it was just quite a challenge just actually, teaching everyday math. And then just, she just has this mathematical energy, I guess you would say, and is just really able to, break things down and explain it and, help her colleagues really understand. So it's really, if a person didn't have that and had to deal with this curriculum, I think that, it would really be difficult and probably near impossible because it is a very, tough curriculum.
A lot of the skills were learned I guess just by teaching the amount of time that I've taught. We got a lot of those strategies from the Osborne Initiative when we were in the Osborne Fellows. As lead teachers, we get a lot of instruction through outside consultants that come in and help us with the content area in math or literacy or whatever it is that we're teaching. When you got a child in your room that doesn't function as well as the others, then you look at his capabilities and you have to either bring the instruction down to his level. You may ask him to do a different set of numbers in the problem. The same type of problem, but maybe we'll make the numbers just a little bit smaller. Or you may ask them to do fewer of those problems. Or you may ask one of the more advanced students to partner with one that's not quite getting it. A lot of times a child will learn better from their peer than they will from the teacher.
Say the class is doing something that might be completely and totally easy. She'll know it will be too easy for me because I'm a STARL student. And so she'll take and she'll gather up some things for me to do because she'll know I'll finish quicker than the others. So she challenges me a lot.
Anytime that you can give them a hands-on experience that they can see, that they can feel, that they can touch, then they show ownership of whatever it is that you're teaching them. Another strategy that I use to make my children just remember things is if I tie it into something that they experience in their everyday life. Everything that I teach them, I just think and think and think. how does this relate to real life? Because if they figure, you know, this has value, I'm learning this because I would need to know how to do this in the future, then that makes it their own.
When I grow up, I want to be a scientist because I like doing chemicals and seeing how they explode or how they make this world a better place or anything. And it's like, it seems when we did it in there, it seems like really fun, and there was a purpose for doing it. Like, what if I did it and I made a purpose and it helped someone's life or something like that?
The more advanced students, as well as the ones that are not quite advanced, they are hungry for knowledge. The more you feed them, the more they want. The more time you give them, the more time they'll take. I find that sometimes at the end of the day, we don't realize it's time to go home. And they'll say, I'm not ready to go. Or at lunchtime, if we're doing math, they'll say, can we do just one more, Ms. Custer? And I have to say, no, we have to go eat lunch, or yes, you have to go home. So they're just thirsty for any kind of knowledge.
She says anything's possible when you stick your mind to it. And I guess that's what encourages me most.
Expectations are set high for every child. Every child in my room is expected to perform to the best of their abilities. Some children in there will get it and be able to go far beyond, and some of them are not. When I present anything to my children, I present it in a way that they are encouraged to justify their responses. They are encouraged to question each other. They are encouraged to say, well, I can do it a different way. You know, and then they will say, well, would you like to see how I did it? So when they are doing that, then the child that may not have gotten it or may be struggling, then they're able to see, well, yeah, that's a way of doing it. And the one that is the advanced student can see there's more than one way to do it. I always tell them it's more than one way to work a problem, but in most cases it's just one right answer.
Thank you for visiting the classroom of one of Hamilton County's many excellent teachers. For more on excellent teachers and the Public Education Foundation, visit www.pefchattanooga.org.